proud to be the official sponsor of the DFL. Let's make this a season to remember.
And welcome back. This is our third team of 8, and we are up to now
the Chargers. They used to be Broncos, now the Chargers.
I mean, they probably should have stuck to the Broncos because I don't like what I see on this team right now. Brought to you by PKS. We love you, David Rishi. PKS, obviously the best food.
Does Svi not play football? Where's Svi?
Svi, no, his brother Max actually does play. Used to play with the boys. Used to be one of the Panics crew, but Svi's more of a softball guy. We know that.
All right. Anyway, jumping right into this team. Interesting team for sure. Shemesh.
I mean, their first pick was
Dubin. Dubin's a great pick. Dubin, top player. He's a great player both ways. You know, you can't go wrong with that.
Great receiver.
Really is.
You know, he's one of those guys that he simply takes the top off the defense. He does.
Yeah, that was that. I think next team went with Dick, who rookie, but they say that this guy is an animal on the line.
Listen, this is all hearsay.
Yeah.
If Bick is what they say is,
we change his team.
Then my opinion's gonna change, but I need to see if Jason Bick, I need to see if he's a real player first.
Yeah. I'm saying, I think I've seen him. He's definitely a built guy. You know,
I've seen pictures.
I like the fact that he's not like talking a lot. He's staying low key. I think Michael Panic's good friends with him, and he talks highly of him. The interesting pick to me was right here. He then went with Yoni.
I mean, I'll tell you why. So Shemesh is the captain, as we know, and last year Shemesh, who was a rookie in this league, was a captain this year, ended up taking his boy, who was on the squad last year. So, like, he wanted that familiarity. It seemed as if maybe, and I'm guessing, I could be wrong, that going into the draft, Yoni was trying to help him out as a buddy, and he ended up taking him because I need help on this draft overall. I could be wrong, because Shemesh did have a few suave moves in the draft, and he seemed like he knew what he was doing a few times.
The Texas connection was definitely something here.
No question about it.
100%. But these are the guys, the reason I wrote down these names, these are the guys that Shemesh took Yoni over. Now, it could be wants Yoni to help him captain, and like that. Probably what it is. But George Matud, who was fantastic last year.
He was ridiculous.
IG led this league in receptions
last year. He was a two-way
stud until he broke his face.
Even after he broke his face.
Yeah, but I'm saying, whatever.
Yeah.
These are the 3 guys he passed up on.
So,
now, my assumption is that they took Yoni to captain. But I think all 3 of these guys are better receivers than Yoni. And he's definitely a better defensive player. It was definitely a shocking pick, especially that people had Yoni projected way later. You know?
So at the draft, when I was announcing the names, I saw a smirk on Yoni's face. So Yoni knew he was getting taken there. He was like trying to keep that poker face, but he knew it wasn't a shock to him. Otherwise, he would have saw that like, what? Look. But bottom line is, like you said, he took the familiarity pick over commodities that are probably a little more dynamic. We love Yoni. We know
I mean, they're gonna make. You know, if you talk to like the Texans, the Chargers, they'll probably tell you, well, Jojo Matud played with Siegel last year. He was the best quarterback in the league.
Jojo Matud also missed the championship.
We don't want that.
IG,
Siegel.
IG.
What is he really? We don't know. IG, yeah, he led the league receiving, but what did he actually do?
Rookie, not so tall. You know, one thing I'll tell you is the Morty is the one name that you can't argue with.
Yes, because of what he did defensively.
Double-digit sacks, and he had Siegel, but he was so dynamic in the open field. So he's the one guy I was like, okay, that's why he went with that friend.
But I think with all that being said, the biggest question mark is right here. At quarterback, Noah Hakeem.
It's a rookie.
A rookie quarterback, besides for the rookie quarterback, I know Noah. Awesome kid, by the way. Awesome kid, diehard sports guy.
Loves it.
I don't think athletically, he's there with anybody. Arm-wise, I've seen him throw a softball. He probably could throw a football too. And there with anybody.
I'm scared where this is going.
The question mark with Noah Hakeem is up here. When you're playing quarterback,
especially in a league of this caliber,
any league, especially a league of this caliber, you got to be running this offense, okay? And I don't know if Noah could settle down. Maybe he's played, but unless he's going to go full backyard style, which is not going to work for him or him. These guys play football their whole life. They're not going backyard style. They want coming to a huddle, quarterback. They want routes. Where am I going? They need a quarterback to be thing. And if he's not, you hear this guy in the huddle. You're gonna start getting this guy in the huddle.
And then
Once you have 3 heads in your huddle, you lost.
And then there's a disgruntled. I mean,
You
I
lost.
think you're going to have this guy in the huddle regardless. You don't need to be very vocal.
But if you have a Burnett, if you have a Zaki, if you have a Siegel, you have one of these
Right,
top-like quarterbacks.
you shut up and listen.
Yoni, shut up and listen.
Now-
You got a guy like this, and he's gonna be able to handle this.
Underrated.
This in the huddle, tough.
Underrated. People forget that Dubin, when he was drafted last year, what happened on draft day?
He got upset.
He got
didn't wanna
upset.
Be, with Zach Cassidy, he requested a trade.
And he got traded to a championship
He
team.
pulled
So
the Eli Manning.
let's not pretend that he's also so easygoing if the situation's not right.
Correct.
So let's see how that plays out.
He wants the ball. We know that. We know that he wants the ball.
And he deserves it.
100%.
Dubin deserves the ball.
But if Noah's going to start scrambling and throwing, you can lose him quickly.
So now what happens if Noah becomes a running quarterback?
Well, the problem in this league is there's no such thing as running quarterback.
Now I understand that, but you know what I mean. Scrambling and scrambling and scrambling.
But listen, maybe that's the best thing for Noah. We know it works for Zaki. Maybe it works for Noah. Maybe that's his way of, shaking people off, making some crazy play downfield. But these guys want stability.
I mean, we are not, okay, the most important name, I think, the X factor is this guy, Vic. Because if he is a star, that changes the dynamic here.
But offensively, they need this guy because we spoke about Buka's team, about the defense, and about their offense, whatever they get from them with the defense. This team is okay defensively. I mean, they see Noah and Dubin, we know is a great corner. They say Noah's a great corner. Vic, if he's good. I don't know. I mean, he's good. He's fast. Can he do it well?
Is he still as fast as he used to be? No. But
He's still fast.
But I'm saying you're putting him with the likes of Shimmy. He's like these nice guys.
He's probably a really good defensive lineman. Looks
Now,
like it.
so now-
Erskine is solid. It's a solid defense. I don't know who he is.
Question mark.
Who's a question mark?
Now, Richard
Rookie.
Cohen, we don't know. Rookie Richard Cohen.
Another one.
And now
Rookie,
Joey
we don't know.
Nallo, who was a pickup after, what was the guy's name? Nathan Batesh unceremoniously dropped out. And he could be a good player. From what I hear, he is a good player, but is he enough of a player to overcome some of these question marks? Now, listen, there's a lot of question marks here. We could be...
Could be we're totally wrong. Could be this guy's out wide, and we have Griskin on the line here. That's another possibility.
And it could be every question mark that we have is answered in the positive way, and it could be they're an A+ team. But the way I see it right now, and the questions going in, and is Shemesh captain material? He's gonna have to show it to us.
Is Shemesh the captain?
Right? Is he even the captain?
If he's in the captain with this guy and this guy,
Right, is he the Aaron Boone captain?
is he even the captain, or he's just listening?
Like he's the cashman. Like, is that what's going on here?
Yeah.
So I'm ready to give my grade. I mean, I'm not so high on this team, to be honest. And Sam's grade on this team, and the reason why I would call it nicer than I thought, is because I may be wrong about a few, but they might be a bubble team, maybe not make the playoffs, but I'm giving them a C+.
Okay, so for me, it's interesting because when I was writing this team, and that's what I did. I was looking, I was like, I don't like it. Now, as I'm discussing it, the defense is better than I thought it was because these two corners are good corners, and if they can get CB3 out of one of these two guys, they're not bad. Yoni, I'm pretty sure, could do this, and he's smart enough. He's not CZS, but he can do it. So the defense is not as bad as I thought. This is a big question mark for me. I don't think he's ready to be the quarterback and be quarterback. I think maybe he's played quarterback well in backyard situations or not in the league of this caliber. I don't know if he's ready, and I think it's easy to lose this huddle.
That's my problem.
It's not as bad as I thought it was. Probably a bubble team. For me, this is a C-.
Okay, so we're not that far off on our goal this one.
But I think, but again, remember what I said about Buka's team, how my grade was their ceiling and their floor. I think this team, if Noah's really good,
Right, so no,
it could be.
I'll agree with
be
that.
It could be a Super Bowl team.
Their ceiling is an A-, in my opinion. But right now, the way I see them is a C+, and I think they could even be worse than
Yes,
C+.
I think that's what I'm saying. With this team, it's so interesting because their ceiling is
High ceiling, really low floor.
The floor could be lower than this. The floor could be Dubin not showing up week 4. It could be whatever. It could be a lot. It could be a disaster.
You know, throwing 4 interceptions in week 1.
Yeah, they could be bad. It could, but I think it's possible for it to work out if no one's great.
This is a wait-and-see type team, in my opinion. A lot of questions that we don't even have.
A lot of interesting draft picks.
And the question is, like you said, who made those draft picks?
That's the question.
Was it Yoni or was
The
it
fact that
Shemesh?
Yoni was drafted so high, something tells me that these two guys were in cahoots the whole way, and he saw, hey, if I don't get Yoni here, I'm not getting Yoni. So
That's for sure.
He had to draft him. That's probably what it was. Yoni's like, I'm not putting on the chat 100 times. I'm not captain this year. What do you do? A second Shemesh, I'm captain. He wanted.
He wasn't a captain, but he was a captain.
Correct.
You can't escape it, Yoni.
Right, Stephen J. Gindy,
Exactly.
SJG. We'll do that for
SJG,
today.
that's the SJG equals Yoni. Done. Good
All right.
point. Anyway, that's that. That's the Chargers brought to you by PKS.